For the third consecutive season, Manchester City are your Carabao Cup winners, defeating Aston Villa this time round at Wembley by 2-1. They would take a 2-0 lead in the first half, thanks to goals from Aguero and Rodri. Samatta, they were making it interesting just before the half, but in the end, Manchester City holding on for a 2-1 win. Marcotti, this was a fun cup final, wasn't it?
It turned out to be. I mean, it looked like the fun was only going to be on one side in the first half hour as City took a 2-0 lead. What was interesting, too, was seeing Pep Guardiola go and change his lineup. Not so much Bravo and goal, which we're used to, but getting a start for the local kid, Phil Foden, leaving Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne initially on the bench. And then, obviously, Villa came and made a game of it.
Phil Foden was given man of the match in the end.
Yeah, he's a fine young player that's just at a club where they've got so much talent that it's difficult to fit him in when there's so many big games. There's been a lot of talk in England about, well, they can't win the league now, so let's just get him in the team. But then you've got to try and keep everybody fresh.
Sure.
You know, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez.
Pep doesn't care about England either, does he?
No, he's not. But he cares about. I'm sure he cares about the young lad.
Yeah.
But just putting them in for the sake of it, whilst you've still got big Champions League games and FA Cup games, would be to the detriment of the sharpness of other players. So it's difficult for him to get a regular game, but he's a heck of a talent. He's got a great balance.
Is it patronising to say Villa did well?
Not really. You know, we kind of knew that they would have to fight and scrap for anything they got, and they did. You know, they had few chances. They had one in the second half from the header right at the end, but their only way was to try and snatch something. And the reason it was enjoyable was because the closer it got to the end, whilst there was only one goal in it, the Aston Villa fans started believing that maybe they might get a little bit of luck somewhere.
And they hit the post late on, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And so the atmosphere changed, and there was a bit of tension to it, which made it enjoyable.
I don't think it is patronising. During the weekend, obviously they didn't play in the league, and they dropped into the bottom three. They got absolutely walloped by City a few weeks ago at home 6-1. Anything for them today was a bonus. They wanted to win, but it was a bonus. What they didn't want to get was another shellacking.
Sure.
Right? Because they've got a big fight to stay up in the league and they don't want to sap that confidence anymore. They were somewhat competitive. They were in it right to the end. And that's something for them to take away for the rest of the season, where they've got a heck of a fight in the hand. As I say, if they'd won it today, then it would have been a big shock and a big bonus. But the important thing was that they went in there, they had decent shape, and they were competitive. Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.